All right, we're joined now in studio with Mr. Mark Olson and Mike Daniel of Legacy Custom Builders. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Romy.
Good morning, Romy, but it's Legacy Design, Build, Remodeling.
Design, build, remodeling. That's not what I remember growing up.
It's because we've changed, Romy. We've grown up as well. We've had a couple of name changes since then. We went from Legacy Custom Builders to Legacy Custom
Building and remodeling.
Thank you. To Legacy Design, Build, Remodeling.
And over the course of those name changes, how has Legacy changed to warrant, this reflecting your service?
Well, Legacy is the old name made people think we were a custom builder for new homes, and we are a remodeling company focusing strictly on remodeling. The name change is to help people identify Legacy as a design, build, remodeling company. We do design and we build it, and that's something that has evolved over the years, and we've gotten really good at it, and it's a proven process that Legacy developed.
So let's talk about the whole process. Someone comes to Legacy looking for a custom home remodel. What's the starting process?
Our project consultants work with clients to develop what the project, with the scope of work, with the design, conceptual design, and the budget will be. We have a process to work the budget and the scope so they come together and they meet. It's not a bid process where you can just come to us and say, this is what I want to do, how much is it going to cost? We actually work with the client to develop the absolute best project for the absolute best price.
And we see it all the time with our listeners that call in, and even when we were remodeling, they needed something, and they would come up with a solution in their mind of what would be the easiest thing or a way to
solve their problem.
Exactly. And you get started on it, and it can change pretty dramatically.
We have an entire team of project consultants, estimators, CAD design, and we have outside resources of engineers and architects and designers to help, again, come up with the best project, the best solution for what our clients want or need. The next step is our project consultant will work with our estimating department to create that scope of work and the conceptual plans. We'll take those, we'll create what we call a contract or builder services agreement, and present that to our client and say, okay, we've taken the last week, 2 weeks, 2 months to create this scope of work and this design to meet all the needs and budgetary restraints. And we present. At that time, the client is usually very satisfied. We've done what we said we were going to do. And then that's what starts the building process.
The other thing that we want to point out, Romy, is that we have weekly meetings with clients on every project so that we can discuss with them the things that have been discovered over the past week, what's going to be coming up over the next week, what kind of responsibilities that the client may have in completing selections and so forth, so that communication is going on constantly throughout the life of the project so that there are no surprises for the client.
Through the entire process of remodeling, you take clients through. Have you ever gone through this with your own home with Legacy? Have you ever been your own client?
Well,
or are you like the cobbler with no shoes?
I've been through remodeling projects almost consistently since December of 2003. We had a cabin up in Colorado that had a fire in the fireplace and did some damage. We got it under control, and as we rebuilt the fireplace, we realized that was the first domino in a very long line of them, because we made the mistake of upgrading the stone in mortar on that fireplace, and everything else in the cabin had to be changed after that. And then we moved out of the house we had been in for 13 years and moved into a new house. And of course, my wife decided that everything was wrong about that. So I can tell you that the demo process was one of the most excruciating things I've ever been through, and I can certainly appreciate what any of our clients go through.
I've done many remodeling projects on my house as well and used only the legacy or Rosie on the House trades to do those jobs. So yes, Mark and I both know what our clients are going through.
One of the nightmares you always hear in remodeling is time. I mean, and a full custom remodeling is very disruptive to someone's lifestyle. You can't use your kitchen like you used to. Your regular schedule's off. You've got guys that earlier and sometimes staying late. Talk about the difference when Legacy shows up to remodel someone's home.
At Legacy, we have, once a project has been defined and a builder services agreement has been entered into, we have what's called a pre-construction meeting. During that pre-construction meeting, it's kind of a baton handoff from the project consultant to the project superintendent. The client's communication will be directed more towards the superintendent from that point forward. The project consultant's still involved, helping with design, helping with selections, and what they had in mind during the project. At that time, the project superintendent becomes involved, and production is actually going to begin. And in that meeting, at the pre-construction meeting, they talk about what are going to be the restrictions and what are going to be the requirements and what's expected from everyone, from the project consultant, the project superintendent, and the homeowners. The homeowners were restricted. Okay, we can work from 7 until 4. Other than that, the kids are home and we don't want anyone in the house. We respect that. We'll have a lockbox. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about how we're going to mask and protect. And the client may have a particular piece of artwork that can't be moved, so we'll do special protection around that. Whatever it is, we take the time to learn from each other at that meeting, and we kind of set the groundwork and the expectations for everyone for the course of the construction. Did that answer your question, Roman?
And just pick right back up on that. One of the things we always pride on is very clean job sites. I mean, we've got to make a lot of mess, but we never let that spill into, affect your lifestyle. You never have to worry about, maybe you want to bring the kids through the remodeling project. You don't have to worry about them finding nails on the floor.
In our scope of work, you'll find something that has to do with general cleanup. And that general cleanup is every day we're going to clean the job site up so that people can walk through the project. We know you're going to get home at the end of the day and want to walk and see what happened. And we also know a lot of our clients have children, grandparents, and friends that are going to be walking through that job site. We're going to do our best job at keeping it clean, at least at the end of the day, so at night when people are walking through it, it's safe. Sometimes you're in the middle of a major demolition or a major build, and it's a little harder to keep it clean. Those are the times to keep the children away. But for the most part, we will keep the project clean and safe for them.